The weather is very treacherous. You could watch the news and see if you're out there, be safe, but it does not look good.
We just talked with an airport official who says that all major airlines, all those flights, canceled.
A major blast of winter weather slamming the eastern seaboard, impacting millions from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast.
Near Rochester, up to 8 inches of new snow left drivers wary of traveling on slippery streets there.
One day it's warm. The next day, the country is frozen. Schools are closed. Highways are turning into crash zones. Airports are shutting down completely. And parents are standing in their kitchens asking one question. What do we do now? Kids are homesick with a brutal flu. Snow is piling up outside. Groceries are disappearing from shelves. And yet, somehow, adults are still expected to clock in like nothing is happening. Flights are canceled. Cars are piled on top of each other. And families are being forced to choose between work, safety, and their children. This isn't just a bad winter storm. This feels like everything breaking at once. And the scary part is, this keeps happening more often. Before we get into what's really going on and why so many people are overwhelmed right now, make sure you subscribe, because these are the moments that show us how close we are to the edge.
Forecasters are now warning will be a potentially catastrophic, crippling winter storm about to hit multiple states across the south, the east, and right up into the northeast. The massive system expected to stretch 2,000 miles, tens of millions of Americans already under alert for heavy snow, ice, freezing rain, and brutal cold.
We're in Perry County, where the schools are quiet. As you can see, there's pretty much no one here in this parking lot because so many students have the flu. They've decided to cancel classes for today and tomorrow. The director of schools told us that yesterday, 14% of students called out sick, and also many of the teachers. We were able to talk with one mom who has 3 kids. 2 of them already have the flu right now. She says although it is difficult to juggle work and taking care of her kids while they're home, she says it's better that way because at least they're not getting other kids sick.
I'm glad they're home because the other ones are staying safe and not getting sick. But then the ones that are sick are, they're needing medicine, they're needing soup, they're hungry, whatever. And I'm either choosing between work or home. And it can be hard.
Okay, we're waking up to news that schools are closed. Originally, buses were canceled, but schools remained opened. The weather is very treacherous. You could watch the news and see if you're out there, be safe, but it does not look good. Just like there are cars on the road, people do have to get to work. And the roads are still snow covered. So just be safe. I've been teaching for 21 years this year, and I can count on my hand. I think less than 5 times they've actually closed schools in my time of being a teacher. So stay safe out there. Kids at home, sleep in, enjoy the day, play in the snow.
Winter is no longer just a season that comes and goes quietly. It arrives loud, aggressive, and unforgiving. Across the country, people are waking up to roads buried under snow, airports shutting down without warning, and schools going dark. Not because of one single problem, but because everything is hitting at once. The weather looks dangerous on the news, and out there on the streets, it feels even worse. Snow keeps falling, winds keep blowing, visibility disappears in seconds, and what was once a normal drive turns into a life-threatening risk. Flights are being canceled across major airports. People are already seated on planes, ready to take off when they're told to get off again. Rebooking lines stretch endlessly, frustration growing with every minute.
We just talked with an airport official who says that all major airlines, all those flights, canceled here at the Kansas City International Airport. She told us there is one small airline that is still showing one of its flights, but she expects that that's not even going to happen today either. So again, per an airport official with the Kansas City International Airport, all major airlines not flying today.
We are at the airport and our flight got canceled. We were already on the plane and they made us deboard, and they said we were going to reboard at 11. It is 9:26, and then they told us that it's canceled. So now we're in line to rebook. But like, look at this line. I just want to go home, and it's Chicago weather that's making this delay. Like, I might as well just stay here for a whole week, but like, what? I gotta go to work, Pooks.
Some travelers realize they might be stuck for days, maybe even a week, unable to get home, unable to get to work. Airlines say the weather is not in their control, so refunds aren't guaranteed. For people who live paycheck to paycheck, that excuse doesn't help much. Being stranded is not just inconvenient, it's financially devastating. On the roads, the situation is even more terrifying. Massive pileups involving dozens, even hundreds of vehicles are happening within minutes. Whiteout conditions caused by blowing snow make it impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. One moment the road looks clear, the next moment everything disappears. Cars crash into each other, trucks jackknife, highways shut down for hours. Emergency crews work non-stop just to pull people out of twisted metal. Thankfully, many survive, but the injuries, the fear, and the trauma stay long after the snow settles. Schools across multiple states are closing, but not only because of snow. A powerful flu and stomach virus are spreading fast, knocking out entire classrooms. In some districts, more than 10% of students are absent, along with teachers. Kids are being sent home sick in large numbers, and schools have no choice but to shut down completely.
No school will be in session because of the sickness. The school says that it started earlier on Thursday when a lot of kids went home with symptoms. The school says that a high number of students were absent in the first place with symptoms of norovirus, a highly contagious stomach bug. A source close to the school says more than 100 were absent or sent home on Thursday. But the numbers did not shock infectious disease doctor Paul Anthony.
Anyways, let's talk about the snow day. Today there's a snow day, so there's no school. And I posed the question again. See, I'm happy that I'm unemployed at this moment because I don't have to worry about what I'm doing with my kid. Where the hell are parents putting their kids on snow days and PA days? I keep asking this question. If it's snowing a lot, it is a hazard to go to school for the school buses to pick the kids up. So they'll call you around 6 o'clock, because I got a call around 6:30 saying it's a snow day today, kids are not coming to school today, whatever. Okay, then there's a PA day once a month on a Friday. Where are we putting these kids when there's snow days, PA days? And you know what's crazy? Kids can't go to school, but adults have to go to work. Just crazy to me how they can say kids can't come to school, the roads are bad, it's a hazard for us to pick the kids up. That's great. But yet your employer is not telling you to stay home. It's a snow day. It's a hazard for you to come to work today.
Parents wake up to early morning calls telling them there will be no classes today, and maybe not tomorrow either. Inside homes, parents are stuck in impossible situations. Children are sick, needing medicine, soup, rest, and care. At the same time, jobs are still demanding attendance. Bills don't pause because of snow days or viruses. Many parents are forced to choose between staying home with their kids or risking their income. Some are lucky enough to work from home. Many are not. The stress is constant, and the guilt cuts both ways. Teachers, some with decades of experience, say they have rarely seen schools close like this. It shows how serious the situation has become. This isn't a normal winter inconvenience anymore. It feels extreme, unpredictable, and relentless. In some places, temperatures drop so low that wind chills reach dangerous levels, cold enough to threaten lives within minutes. Even states that rarely see freezing conditions are affected, with wildlife struggling to survive sudden cold snaps. Meanwhile, grocery stores are turning chaotic. Shelves are being cleared fast. Bread, milk, eggs, produce, frozen foods, all disappearing as people panic buy. Prices are already high, And now people are paying hundreds of dollars for bags that barely feel full. Deliveries are delayed because trucks can't safely travel. What's gone today may not be restocked tomorrow. The fear spreads just as fast as the snow and the sickness. People share videos showing how quickly conditions change. Sunshine turns into blinding snow in minutes. Roads vanish. Cars become trapped. Entire neighborhoods shut down. Travel advisories are issued everywhere, but not everyone has the option to stay home. Some still have to drive. Some still have to show up. And every trip feels like a gamble.
Now take a look at this massive pileup just outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Over 100 cars have been reported to be in this crash, and this is all in fact due to hazardous travel from that lake effect snow. Now this pileup occurred just outside of Grand Rapids, Michigan around 10:19 Central Standard Time. It happened in the town of Zeeland. And look at this, the road is still closed after 4 hours. Crews are working tirelessly to clear dozens of vehicles on the road. Thankfully, no fatalities have been reported. However, nearly a dozen people have been transferred to hospitals in the area to be treated with minor injuries. Now, the reason this did happen was because visibility was reported to be less than half a mile in certain spots at the time of the crash. When you have snow coming down and winds blowing that snow, it can create whiteout conditions, which are extremely hazardous for travel. This is the additional snowfall through Tuesday. 3 to 5 inches could be expected along and west of US 131, with higher amounts possible. Hazardous travel will continue into tomorrow morning. This is due to the winds gusting up to 35 miles per hour through this evening. That creates blowing snow, which reduces visibility. And unfortunately, to make matters worse, an Arctic air mass is moving through the region this evening, and overnight lows are expected to be near zero to the single digits in spots. But with the wind chill, that is looking to be -5 to -15 degrees below zero.
Okay, Michigan. I'm not loving it right now. So the snow is coming down, and apparently everybody is in freak out mode here in Michigan because this store here that you can see behind me, this store is like running out of everything. It's 1:30 on Saturday. I don't know if you can tell how much snow is coming down, but I did shop and scan, and that's all I got for like over $200, about $210. Seems like nothing. Groceries are ridiculous. This is my rant about groceries in Michigan. People that freak out when they hear about a snowstorm. If you're in Michigan, how's your weather? You see the snow coming down? We are getting ready for a big storm. So here I am. Shopping scan's not the best, but I tried to order online and it said I couldn't pick anything up till after 3 o'clock today, which is my preference. However, it probably would have been difficult today because with them out of so many things, I probably would have been highly disappointed. And I would have had to go inside to buy strawberries anyway, because you cannot buy strawberries on the app. So hope everyone's having a great day. I will probably get on a live later tonight. It's cold. It's cold and windy, Michigan. It's like, I don't know, 28 degrees, maybe less. And yes, I should have worn a coat, but I get so hot when I go shopping.
There's also confusion and frustration. Kids are told it's unsafe to travel, but adults are expected to do exactly that. Schools close to protect children, but workplaces often remain open, ignoring the same risks. The system feels disconnected from reality, and families are the ones absorbing the impact. When temperatures swing wildly, from warm one day to freezing the next, bodies struggle to adjust. Illness spreads faster. Immune systems weaken. People describe the flu as brutal, worse than anything they've experienced before. Days of pain, exhaustion, vomiting, headaches, and body aches that don't let up. Recovery takes time that many people simply don't have. Taken together, this isn't just a collection of bad news stories. It's a snapshot of how fragile daily life becomes when weather, health, work, and infrastructure collide. Snowstorms shut down transportation. Illness shuts down schools. Panic empties stores. And families are left trying to hold everything together while the world outside feels increasingly unstable. What stands out most is not just the snow or the sickness, but the pressure on ordinary people. Parents choosing between work and their kids. Travelers stuck far from home. Drivers risking their lives on icy highways. Shoppers paying more for less. This is what disruption looks like now. It's not rare. It's not isolated. It's becoming familiar. As winter tightens its grip, the question isn't only how much snow will fall or how cold it will get. The real question is how people will keep coping when events like this stop being exceptions and start feeling like the new normal. Stay safe out there.
If you're wondering why the whole state of Kentucky is sick, it's because yesterday it was 75 degrees. And today, it is not.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Let's do this.
Oh my god. So, for some scale, he's 6'3".
They leave the door open. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, what the fuck? Yo, this is taller than me, no!
And this is what we're dealing with. Insanity. Literally.
All right, y'all, I will show you an update. This is that back door.
Watching all of this unfold, it really hits differently. It's not just snow falling from the sky or another virus going around. It's the feeling that life keeps demanding normal behavior in completely abnormal conditions. Kids are home, sick and scared. Parents are exhausted, pulled in every direction. Roads are dangerous, airports are silent, grocery shelves are empty. And yet the world still expects everyone to keep moving like nothing has changed. It feels like we're all balancing on a thin line, hoping nothing else goes wrong. And maybe that's the hardest part, realizing how quickly everything can shift and how little room there is to breathe when it does. If moments like this make you stop and think about where things are headed and how close we all are to the edge, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what comes next.